Oh, back for the All-Star game as we said we would be. TSibs and Vibes with you. The game is about to start live. We're getting to it right now as the teams are now ready. And Vibes, round 2 of broadcasting right now as we get ready to talk about a game that is being played for fun, basically, in this one.
Yeah, I got my tent up and I'm ready to go.
This game's starting out now. We'll get you the lineups here in a second as the action is going on. You've got the West on the bottom here of your screen. Actually, yeah, that's the West with from Biggie Biggs. We're going to switch over between him and Tyler Lokey with his camera in net, as you see him right now at the top of your screen. The West playing with Friday's buddy at left wing from Cleveland. The center is Justice Squid from San Jose, and the right wing Pasta from Stockton. Lefty is Defiance from the Grand Rapids Griffins. Right D is Biggie Biggs from Stockton, and the goalie Trash Clown, former Stockton Heat, now on the 23-game streak. San Diego Gulls for the Western team. For the East, it is at center Daylight. Right wing is Poodcast or Dupe, however you want to call him. Hazy Eyes at left wing. Lefty and right D, respectively. Actually, lefty is Philly's MVP. Kepler is on right D tonight. And Tyler Lokey is the goaltender from Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Kepler from Springfield, of course. Philly on that Toronto Marlies team. And we see the West trying to get pucks jammed in on Tyler. So far, a little bit tight, almost like a playoff game bit Vibes.
Yeah, you'd think it would be a bit more wide open, right?
You would think. Nice pass out in front. Good try there. For Days, had an open shot, but a good save by Tyler. Just good chance to see a lot of good talent out on the ice in one time.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to see what they can do. You know, see if there's a little bit of flashy plays, maybe some spinoramas. You know, who knows?
Finally get it out for Days, carrying it up on the left side. Gets gang jump there. And now back the other way is Dupe. Pass in front, good quick pass in front, but right on the corner there, Trash Clown always positioned well. Tripping penalty, and now the West are going to go on a power play. I don't know if they've decided yet, Vibes, if they're going to play the best of 3. I think they're going to because it is Friday night, and if these guys aren't playing FNP, they might as well play 3 games here.
Might as well, yeah.
Biggie getting a lame, slow shot on net, but Tyler's there for the save. I make fun of Biggie only because he knows I'm going to. A lot of solid players.
Surprised they seem to be all business at this current point in time, huh? They're really going for it.
Very much all business. We'll head over to Tyler's cam and get a look at this one for a little bit. Nice to see it from the goalie angle. I think it's good for other players who don't play net to see what the goaltender sees every once in a while, Vibes, because it's I'm sure people think their camera angles, they have so many options, but goaltender settles on one, and Tyler may be one of the few still left using this low. It's actually a high, what they call the high camera. A lot of them are using the fixed, which is up higher. Came in NHL 17, but Tyler still likes this cam.
Hey, if it's working for him, why change it, right? And I do like seeing it from the goalie perspective. It gives you a different look at things. You know, you get to see a real paced game from a different perspective. Yeah, sure, you might try it, a drop in every once in a while from a goalie perspective, but these are some top-notch players, so you get to see the speed of the game from the goalie angle.
And it can be dizzying. I got to tell you, the first time I started playing net on a regular basis, I would get headaches for the first few weeks of playing from a different camera. It is it is not easy. It can get sickening after a while.
Yeah, it would probably throw me into a full-fledged seizure.
I'm sure it does for some players. Well, you know what? Passing, moving the puck, not much shot-wise, and first period, scoreless. But then again, you've got Trash Clown and Tyler Loki. I'm expecting a pretty good defensive game.
Yeah. You also got, the defenders here are not too shabby themselves, so, they're not going to be looking to give up too many chances. A little bit of a faster pace to this game, huh, Sibs?
Yeah, it absolutely is, and it's interesting to watch. It can be a little, you're expecting it to be maybe more wide open, more spinorama, stuff like that. It hasn't really been the case yet. Maybe the unfamiliarity of each other could wind up being part of the problem here.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll start to open it up as we move along here, though.
Continue to bring you the cam from behind the net of Tyler Loki, who helped the Lehigh Valley Phantoms get and stay in that race and get back into it, and unfortunately not able to help out last night, although Rask certainly played incredibly well, and can only think of what they might have been able to do, Vibes, with that goaltending tandem and the kind of experience they had. Could have helped their team out tremendously, but
it's a nice little spin, huh? You see that one?
Nice spinorama by Ferdays, buddy, with the first goal of the game. That's what we're expecting out of this game.
Yeah. And yeah, you're right, Sibs. It probably could have been an interesting end there, and things didn't quite work out that way.
Again, I know I've said it 50 million times. I'm probably sickening most of the people who are listening to the broadcast, but, you get two really good goaltenders who wind up playing well. You never know what you're going to get out of them. And now the East getting on the board for their first tally of the game. And that's Daylight putting one up, tying this game at 1. Hazy Eyes with the assist.
Oh, you try to spin him. They seem like they're starting to get a little more comfortable now.
Play opening up a little bit now. Guys are, again, I think it takes a little bit of time. If we know a lot of these guys do wind up playing together every once in a while and club and drops, but that's the thing with all-star games, where you have to have some coordination and chemistry. If you haven't played with each other much, then this could wind up being a tough game to watch.
Yeah, it can make things interesting, that's for sure, as you try to get acclimated with one another. But I mean, this is it's the best of the best and top-notch talent. So I'm sure they'll figure it out and give us a nice little show here.
Neutral play going on now, halfway through this game, and a 1-1 tie as teams try and work some plays if they can. Good defensive play there. Coming back the other way, Dupe has it in front of the net, gets off a nice shot. Just good save by Trashline, then it just goes over the top of the net. Good spinorama again in front by Ferdays, but not able to find anybody then.
Well, at least Ferdays is putting up a show for us, huh?
Pasta again doing his little spin moves in the corner. Good screen shot, but not quick enough to fool Tyler. He's able to make a save. Back up the other way. Off a Dupe stick now. The West trying to come back in again. 4 minutes left to go in the second period of this first game, and a 1-1 tie. Icing the call. I just like watching good games. Sometimes I will throw Twitch on if I see somebody I know well or relatively well, somebody from the league playing some club games. fun to watch, fun to listen to their party stream if they happen to have it on. And you know, sometimes if I don't feel like playing or I'm just trying to, you know, nothing else on TV, I'll throw a game or two on. It's kind of like how I feel right now watching these games.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's hockey, and you know that's the thing about this game is that there's another one.
Pasta on the board. What a surprise there, huh?
Yeah, he's carrying it over right to the All-Star game. But yeah, I mean it's good hockey, you know, and the way this game is, and you get some good players, and I mean it makes for an interesting watch, and I could absolutely see that. This has got to be a nice break too for some of these guys. You know, some guys that are getting ready for the playoffs, and you know, some guys who may not have made it. But you know, this has got to be nice for them to just kind of go out there and have a little bit of fun, and you know, show what you can do, show everyone what you got.
Kind of glad that we're doing this at this point in the season, just because it gives the guys who may have had a bad loss right at the end here a chance to do something, to get some time in, to maybe get through a wound here, a late season loss. And certainly for Tyler, he's one of those guys who you know, didn't make it in, and it was a tough one not to make it in from yesterday. But he is available. You know, he was available tonight to play. He's playing the game, and always have to be thrilled to be able to get a guy of his talent to come out and play on a game like this.
Yeah, I mean, just the chance to play a little bit more competitive hockey. You know, like for some of these guys, their season is over, and you know they have to resort to just trying to find guys to play, and you know it's not as interesting as during league play, but they have this game, and you know they get another crack at you know, real competitive, organized hockey, which has got to be nice.
You know, it's going to be even more interesting vibes next week as play behind the net. Looks like there's going to be a penalty coming up on the West, and the East will have a chance on a power play. The NHL playoffs are starting, and you know, we talked a little bit earlier on the show tonight about how even they're having some difficulties, and a good shot there by Dupe. Hershey Bears, all-star this year, who's played incredibly well. 2-2 tie now. Just getting back to that original thought, there, you know, playoff teams still needing help. I've even been contacted by the Blues saying, hey, you know, be ready. We may very well need you, because, you know, it's vacation time for a lot of people. And so,
what a move.
Nice shot there. So there are a lot of teams who still may need some of these AHLers. You might as well keep it sharp with warm. Some good players, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Sure. I mean, just because the AHL season is over, I mean, doesn't mean the NHL season is, and that's actually something that we might lose sight of, you know, because you pack it in for the AHL, and you lose sight of the fact that, hey, the NHL may still be going, and you may still be called upon. So, you know, having a competitive game like this definitely keeps you in shape and keeps you in game ready mode. So it's a good thing for everybody.
You ever go away for a week and then pick up the controller and wonder how the hell to play this game again?
Yeah, you hold it upside down. You forget which way it goes, right?
Without question, I've had that where I don't touch it for several days, and all of a sudden I'm trying to figure out moves again.
Yeah, I think it might come a little bit more natural with some of the younger guys, but you know, fossils such as ourselves, we forget.
Dangerous play in front of the net there for Tyler. I love watching him play the puck in front. He does not panic. He stays with it. He stays. He'll stay down, and you know, he'll stay down, pads down until he feels like he's got control of the play, one way or another, or the puck moves away. And so, I enjoy watching his cam for that reason, because I do learn a lot watching other goaltenders, and especially Tyler.
Yeah, he's another goalie, and I mean, it seems to be a common theme with these upper-end goaltenders where their puck tracking is really, really good, you know, and I mentioned it with a few other guys, and You know, Tyler's another one of them where he just seems to always be on top of it. You know, he knows where the puck's going to be, and he's you know, like a cat. You know, he just pounces on it wherever it's going, and it's definitely fun to watch.
Puck behind the net as the East trying to work it. Daylight trying to throw it back behind, but no good. And now the puck in the zone. Philly's MVP holding on to it now. The right side almost out of the zone as Kepler takes it. Moving it in the zone. In the corner, fighting for it. Now Dupe. Can't get it in front. Good check there by Defiance. And so now puck moving back and forth again. Dupe has it. A little bit of a 2-on-1. Can't find Hazy, and so the puck comes out of the zone again.
Just a few minutes ago, you seen Duke come out of the corner. He really likes that move out of the corner, and he's made a living off of it. You know, making defenses and goaltenders pay the way he comes out of the corner and takes the puck to the net. And he tried one there and almost had it.
Power play now for the East. 57 seconds left to go in the third period here. 2-2 tie. Controlled. Daylight moves in front, almost unabated, but stopped partially on that play. Defense right now killing a penalty, not able to get it out. Finally, good poke check there by Squid, gets it out of the zone.
It could have been a wide open shot for Philly there if that had connected.
Dupe still working hard, just keeps it in. Nice play. Pass in front, just can't connect with Daylight. Now the West
East
coming
is
back.
Buzzing a little bit.
And
what a hit.
Good opportunity there, but nice hit by Kepler.
I didn't know they did that in All-Star games.
Oh, it's like any other drop-in with a lot of All-Stars like this. They're going to go for everything. There is no bad move. Down to the last couple of seconds. Looks like we're going to get an overtime game in this All-Star game. Which,
yeah, sure, why not?
Let's make this longer, right? We
might as well.
We've already been on the air for 2 hours plus. We might as well be on a little longer. Well, not a lot of shots for the East. Not a lot of work for Trash Clown, but two of them have gone by. West getting more opportunities, and we saw Tyler dealing with some of those very well.
Yeah, the East has had a lot of zone time, but just not the same number of shots as the West right now.
For days, Impasta with the 2 goals on the West side. Daylight and Dupe have scored for the East. This game is tied at 2, and now overtime here on this All-Star game. Glad you could join us. TSibs vibes with you, and we've seen some pretty good hockey so far tonight.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
good pass in front. Kepler there.
Good read, though, by the defense.
Pasta gets it knocked off his stick, goes deeper back into his own zone. Wrapped around, though, and the West controls. More stick checks. Good quick passing to try and move the puck. Another penalty is coming up on the West. Another power play for the East. Daylight can't win the draw now. Starting back the other way for the West. That'll be a trip. 4-on-4 coming up now as the East have taken a penalty.
See what we get here with a 4-on-4 action.
Have you played any of the 3-on-3 in 18 yet?
Yeah, I enjoy it, to be honest with you. I think it's a nice little touch.
Good close play in front. The puck is still loose, and then finally back to the point. Oh, good move again. Looked like Ferde is again trying to do a little bit of a spin move.
Yeah, he's been doing it all game. He's making it enjoyable.
Good pass in front for Daylight. Nice shot, but Trash Clown right there. Another good pass to the left for Hazy. He can't connect. Shot blocked and now pushed out of the zone, and a 2-on-0 break.
Here we go.
And Tyler Loki with a spectacular kick save. That's going to make the highlight reel.
Was that for us, Tyler?
I think so. That was definitely meant for us. Just a heck of a kick save there. Now back the other way. Here comes the West again. Good pass across, and again Kepler there. He's been clogging up the middle really well in this game.
Yeah, well, he's a good defenseman for the Thunderbirds. He's been around for a while, and he's had some experience, and it's not luck that he's an all-star.
Shot again, and once again Tyler there to make the save. Luckily, with all the traffic vibes, he hasn't had too many deflections to worry about.
Yeah.
Shot in front, and Trash Clown makes the save. The net is open. Trash could not get any traction there. Get back in the net, and Hazy able to knock it home for the game winner in overtime. And just that quickly, this game is over. Overtime win for the East by a score of 3-2. And some good hockey there. Got to see some good play. And again, a fun game. We're assuming we're going to see another one, so we're going to stand by and wait until that one comes up. But nice big save by Tyler there, just a few minutes before the game ender. But yeah, just a nice play. Trash Clown got a little bit stuck out of position, and then Hazy just able to pound that one home. Picked it up off the side of the net and put it in for a goal. And
play of that game's got to go to Tyler, huh? That would be my guess there. With his flail and his pads around, making that stop, allowing his team to go down and eventually score.
Yeah, I mean, Daylight, Hazy, and Duke all with a goal and an assist. Good play on their part, certainly. But I tell you what, Hazy, Tyler played well all game, and then that save in overtime, that was a nice breakaway save. And I tell you what, again, as usual, game Tyler's in, I would give Tyler all the credit and probably give him player of the game for this.
Yeah, he was certainly good. Stopped 10 to 12 shots, and not just regular old run-of-the-mill shots. He stopped high-quality chances by the West of a dynamic forward group and dynamic lineup over there in the West. And, good game for Tyler.
14 shots on goal for the West, 7 for the East in that game. A lot of movement, not a lot of shots on net. That could be part and parcel to getting offensive players who, they're in an all-star game. They want to make some plays. They want to make some moves. They're not necessarily looking to make it structurally perfect as you might in a regular season game. So, kind of like what we see in a regular all-star game, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just going out there having fun.
Well, they're in the dressing room, and I think they're getting lined up for another one. So this is going to be a best out of 3. I believe that's what we're looking at, and it all depended on what the players are going to be able to do. So I think they definitely want to play a best of 3 with the same lineup on both sides, and we'll get to watch some good hockey if the West win. We'll be around for the third game, much to Vibes' dismay. That is to be up a little longer for this, but. We've covered a lot of hockey this week, a lot of games. We have done the show tonight, the regular weekly show. Vibes has done his own show this week. A lot of broadcasting from us. I hope you folks are happy to hear so much media.
Like it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I hope so. A lot of media this week with us, but we're having fun bringing it to you. Hope you guys are enjoying it. And we will continue to do that tonight as this game gets going in hopefully just a minute or two.
Yep, I'm going to have a drink.
And you folks hopefully will join us during the week. Later on in the week, we typically don't do games 1 and 2 or even 3 and 4, so we probably won't get back on for a live game until Wednesday night. We tend to try and wait for a series to get a little bit longer before we start bringing them live to you, at least for the first round. So we're going to wind up doing that. We probably won't talk to you again until Wednesday. The Friday shows will continue on until the season is over, and then what happens next season? I've actually even had some people already ask me about what's going to happen for next season. We are, we're going to figure it out after the season's over. What's going to happen with shows? Will there be a Friday show? Will there be other shows? Vibes started up his live wire. Hopefully, you've had a chance to look at it. If not, there's a link on the main AHL page that should take you there, and also. In the postings, below all the comments, you'll see Vibe's link there as well for his show. So go take a listen, go watch it. Some good stuff there, and good job, Vibes. I'm enjoying your shows already.
Yeah, I'm glad that you've had a chance to tune in, and I hope everyone else enjoys it as well. It's a little bit of a different feel, just trying to incorporate everyone into the show and have kind of a check-in sort of a show, maybe while someone's at work, has a lunch break or something. I have a little free time in the afternoon on those 2 days. So, try to put something together and hopefully people enjoy it.
Well, the teams are, as you see, getting ready for the next game. We're going to bring this one to you. Thankfully, we don't have a half hour in between like league games, so we're going to line up and do it one more time here. As again, once again, we thank Tyler Loki for providing his stream, and we've been able to also see one from Biggie Biggs, who also was kind enough to provide a feed if we need to. But right now, we're sticking with Tyler's feed. We do like being able to see what's going on there when he's not in blue screen. Hopefully, we'll get back to him in a second. But
I mean this in the most unbiased way possible, but let's go East.
Really? You're a Western team. Why?
Well, because I'm saying we've been on here for about 6 hours. So come on, East. Let's go. Finish it.
There's Tyler's screen. We'll keep an eye on that. We have to flip back over to Biggie. We'll do that, but for now we are just going to stay over on Tyler. Do like to see that goaltender feed, and so he again nice enough to provide us the feed, and we'll go back to the live action and get back to the start of this game as both teams have come out and are starting it up again. This time the East in their white jerseys, the West in the black. Game 2 of this 3-game best-of-3 series, and right away, Dupe on a break and a backhander puts it home and puts them ahead right away in this game. The East, Daylight and Kepler with the assists in this one. Now the West coming back looking to do something. Puck back to the point, but out of the zone. Interesting pass. 2 of them off the board. They're looking to try and flip it over, and I guess they're trying to get a timeout here.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Did we lose somebody? I didn't notice if we had. We must have lost somebody in the feed.
Must have, yeah.
So they'll probably restart this one, and since it's a scrimmage basically, where I'm sure that they are not concerned about whether or not there's a goal in that. I'm assuming they're going to start this one over again. Maybe they are going to take a penalty, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. I mean, you get disconnects even in the All-Star game.
Was that practice?
Yeah. Not sure if we saw any issue with the connection there. Didn't notice anybody laying it out. We'll see how this. We'll see what they decide to do in this one. Hopefully they just start over. Of course, Dupe may want credit for that goal one way or another. Look, unfortunately for him, we don't record it anywhere, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's like they're losing.
Goal should stand. Goal must stand.
Okay. Moose never leaves the YouTube shout box. I'm pretty sure about that. I think he just waits for the next show.
Yeah, I think so. He pretty much lives in here. But it's good. It's nice to know someone's listening to us.
Looks like we have all the participants here. Hopefully we get back into this game shortly. This is one thing we don't need are delays at this point. Hope you guys are enjoying this, and we're going to have Game 2 start up, I guess, again from the beginning.
Moose will testify for a Poods goal. Not Dubes, but Poods.
Poods. There's one thing I would like to suggest to you players out there. If you're suggesting, if you're thinking about a name change, just try and make it something easier for us to mention.
Don't call yourself Pood.
Don't call yourself Pood. If you're gonna say your name is Biggie Biggs, don't spell it with a capital L and a 3, because old guys like me don't know what that means.
13 Iggy.
Try and make it. You know, it'll be so much easier for me to say it and say it loudly if it's an easy name to pronounce. Chowski's not hard to say. Bacon's not bad, but Bacon, see, there are like 50 million Bacons in this league. Bacon Weave's the one we're concerned about in this one, but it looks like they're looking to get Kepler to take a penalty, I suppose. No? Or are they just going to play this one? Oh, they're allowing a goal on the other side. They're allowing Duke to get his goal back.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. It's fine.
That's funny.
Well
done, boys. Well done.
Figured it out themselves. Very good.
Well done, boys.
Maybe some of you guys should become management.
Very well done.
We started the play again as it was before, the East with a 1-0 lead. And now again they're on the attack. You know, we thought, we kind of thought before this started that the West may have had the better team, and right now it's not necessarily showing up that way. We got a player who is having some issues there in the corner. It looks like it's Hazy, who is now skating in slow motion, so we won't see him involved until the whistle. Gotta love this game sometimes still.
Who's the slow guy behind the net?
I think that's Hazy Eyes, the left wing. Pass in front, good play. Nice finish there. Looked like squid on that one. Game tied at 1 here in the first period. Nice shot on goal, and again, and I've seen Trash Clown have this issue with 17 every so often where he makes a save. I think we even saw it in the playoffs last year in a really critical game where he made a save, put glove down, but he wasn't by the post and got scored on it because of it. It's a glitch in the game for the goaltender, but it still hasn't been repaired.
Well, it's just one of the many problems with this game that, you know, doesn't seem to work quite how it should.
Now the West coming back again, another opportunity. Moving the puck well. Days gets it knocked off his stick, but able to get it back now is Pasta. Days in front. Good defensive play. Phillies hanging back, and Kepler brings it out of the zone. Now again, the East with Duke trying to get something going. Puck pickup is a little slippery right now as the East finally gets it. Still an issue, and now the West back the other way. Pasta behind the net to Squid. Now back to Pasta. Squid again.
I gotta say, I'm surprised there hasn't been more offense out of the West between, you know, Squid, Pasta, and then Days. You would think that there'd be a lot more offense coming out of those guys.
Another good pass and a good shot there, but again, great positioning by Tyler to be right where he needs to be in the middle, covering all angles.
Sibs, that's got to show just the you know, the level of defense and goaltending on the East, right? To keep those types of players, you know, sort of at bay here.
No, that's a big reason why I'm a huge believer in defense. I mean, not to say that there aren't incredibly talented offensive players, but it's like what's said in a lot of sports. I always feel like a really good defense will beat a good offense.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, you know, a lot of these kids are too young to remember the 1988 LA Dodgers, but great defense and great pitching against McGuire and Canseco and a ton of other hitters who had the best offense they had going of anybody, and could not be the Dodgers with it because defense and pitching won out.
That was that Oakland Athletics murderer's row that they had there.
Absolutely. I want to say Carney Lansford might have been playing third back then, and another great hitter.
They had Ricky Henderson on that team, no?
He may have been back on by that point. I don't remember. But again, great offensive team, but defense and pitching won it that season. And I think, you know, I feel like that's a big deal in hockey. I think, you know, that happens a lot in the NHL. You know, the hot goaltender tends to really be a focus of the team that does well, the team that wins. If you've got that kind of backstop back there for most of your games, you're always in.
Yeah, could totally take the game over.
Duke in the middle for Daylight, tries to get out front, poked away. Shot on net, just get on net. Trash line with the save. Man, I'd like to see more teams do that. Less dangle, more shooting. To me, that's the way this game should be played, but you still see too many guys trying to make moves.
So, Sibs, I got to ask, you know, we have Tyler in this game. We get to see him play. We saw that save that he made before. You know, we've seen some really good goaltenders come through the ranks here, you know, such as Mooner and, you know, 00 and so on. And, you know, and now you have a guy like Tyler who's been here for a while, you know. Where do you rank him amongst all those goalies? I mean, you're a goaltending guy. Where do you rank Tyler?
Wow, that's a really good question. It's funny because you know, Mooner, like you mentioned, some guys that we haven't seen this season. Obviously because they're not in the AHL, but guys that we had seen that had played well. You know, a guy early on like Schneider who was up in the NHL and has been incredibly talented and successful in this league. Yeah, wow, that is a really good question. I don't know if he has the best talent, but he you know, for as an overall player, he has all the tools that I want from a goaltender, including somebody who is reliable and just loves to play and wants to play as often as he can.
He's got to be up there, though, no? I'd have to say he's got to be up there.
I mean, you know, are you counting NHL right now? Are you talking about all-time AHL? I mean,
just as we saw them move through the ranks, you know, down here, I guess you could say, you know, like their success level and you know, the level of play that they brought down here during their time here.
Wow, you know, we kid around with Moose a lot, but he's a big fan of Tyler, as I am. Wow, yeah, you know, I don't want to downplay what Tyler is able to do. I would to start off with say he's absolutely in the top 25. Where he is after that, I don't know. It's a hell of an analysis to do, and it's one that you know, maybe us goaltenders might want to throw a vote together at some point. But yeah, it's a really good question. I mean, you know, it's a good question for any position, quite honestly. Great save there by Trash Clown. But you know, we've had 5 seasons vibes. You know, it might be time to start saying, hey, you know, who are the guys who've really impressed us so far on the PSN side?
But we've seen some really good goaltenders come through
without
here.
question.
I mean, you know, one of the first that pop into my head is 00, and you know, regardless of what you think of the kid, you know, he was exceptional in his time here, and you know, you look back to that season 3 Calder Cup championship that the Charlotte Checkers won.
Yeah.
And you know, you have to feel like a lot of that credit's got to go to him, you know. So, but Tyler's got to be up there, you know. I'd have to rank him up there somewhere. I don't know where exactly. I agree, it is kind of a tough question, but it's got to be up there somewhere anyway.
Yeah, 00. I mean, that was a hell of a team that, you know, they all did incredible work to get there and to win it. But, you know, 0, you know, without 0, I don't know they do it. I honestly don't know if they do it. I think he was a big part of it.
Yeah.
Now, that's a really good question. I'm going to have to start thinking about that. I mean, historically, it's, you know, we have enough history now to go back and say, is it, you know, who is it that's really stood out in your mind?
It's crazy to think we got 5 seasons under our belt, huh?
Yeah, it's, you know what, it's been a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work too. I mean, certainly if you do management, it's an incredible amount of work. I only had a small taste of it for 1 season, but it's more than enough for me. Getting down 4 minutes here in a second. Couple of good opportunities, but defense has been a key here in the second period. Power play finishes up now for the West as they come back. Good opportunity, cross crease, but unfortunately, Frudays was at the goal line and was not able to get off a good shot. Looked like Pasta was trying to give some trouble to Tyler in net there.
I'm not sure if Pasta was giving Tyler the trouble or if Tyler was giving Pasta the trouble.
West trying to come out. Couple of hits there and offside as the second period is within the last minute here. Good check by Kepler. Second period is over. Still a tie and a solid game here defensively as the teams are at 1-1. Again, not a lot of shots on net. Continues to be a lot of movement, not a lot of shooting. A little bit of a surprise, well, a big surprise in an offensive game. What should be an offensive game in an all-star game, not putting a lot of pucks on the net.
Yeah, kind of just playing a almost like a regular game, you know. I guess these guys want to win it after all, huh?
Sure looks that way. Yeah, somebody laying down, so I think we may get a little bit of a break here.
Uh-oh.
In the meantime, I think I'm going to try and look at some stats here while you see, now you brought up a question that I have to go back and look at. We want to talk about, oh man, let me see if we can talk about save percentage and guys that have played, have been in this league. Yeah, you mentioned Mooner. Jeez.
What about even a guy like Ced Noel back in season 2? He had a really good season 2.
Ced was good for a couple of seasons. I'm really not sure what happened to him, or did he go up finally?
I think he just kind of fell off. I mean, he was he was a notorious middle sitter. So once they took that away, to the level of which he did it, he became a lot less effective. But during his time here, in the AHL, he was definitely a really good goaltender.
Definitely was solid. Was always, it seemed like he was always one of the 3 stars of the game. Every time I looked at stats, he absolutely was a force on there. Yeah, trying to find some stuff on the website, on the LG website, and it's kind of hard to really get some stats here. Looking at the career stats, but really can't separate goaltenders from anybody else there. So that's a little tough. Also wanted to check up on one point, and let's try and get this information when we can. The winning streak for San Diego in the regular season is at 23. Whether or not they count playoff games as part of that win streak in our official records, I'm not sure, but I'd like to know if that's the longest win streak in a regular season ever.
It's got to be. It has to be. I mean, maybe Rockford season 2, maybe an overlooked win streak there. But other than that, I don't. It's got to be the longest.
I mean, again, the PSN league is only 5 seasons long, so there's not a lot of record to go back and look at, but you'd have to go back and at least start doing some selective process of what teams you want to look at. Certainly the Rockford team, despite whatever violations there were there, I'd be curious to see how many they ever won in a row. I don't think they had any incredibly long streaks. I don't remember that being the case with them.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but at the same time, too, it might have been overlooked considering the caliber team that they were. You just kind of expected them to win every night, is basically what it was.
Right.
That's another discussion, too. What is the best team that's ever been in the AHL? And, there's been a lot of back and forth about that. And depending on what season you were most prominent in the league, you tend to veer towards that season. But, there's a goal.
Pasta with a goal, breaking the tie, now 2-1 in favor of the West. And they're looking to... We're still playing game 2. They're looking to tie this one up at 1 apiece, trying to send it to a third game. Right now they have the advantage.
But, depending on what season you were most prominent in, you may feel like the team from that season was the best or whatever. And, I've been around for a few seasons now, and I've managed teams in multiple seasons, and usually always successfully. And I tell you what, when you look at all the teams and everything, and you've played against them, and seen the caliber of teams, and I gotta say, man, there's never been a team as good as that Rockford season 2 team, despite them cheating or whatever.
Yeah, you could tell just from you could tell if you're watching the game, even if you weren't playing and just watching, you could tell the other team was like either getting really psyched up to try and beat the mighty Rockford IceHawks, or they were like, okay, well, if a miracle happens, whatever, but we'll do what we can, and we'll get our ass kicked and see what it was really interesting to see how teams would react.
Yeah, there were times when certain teams just didn't have a prayer in the world against that team,
Right. Again, West controlling. Moving the puck around now, even better as the team starts playing more and more. Their puck movement now as the team is getting better. Duke. Daylight. His pass gets broken up, and now the West try to come back. Daylight breaks it up, and he sends it forward. Good try there as Hazy was trying to get Trash to move, but a smart goaltender, Trash Clown, does not give in. 2 minutes left to go in this third period, with the West on top 2-1, trying to push it to a third game in its All-Star Series. Biggie.
Oh.
Puck pass broken up, and Daylight could not keep it in. That's going to get touched for an offside. Good try, though. He made a good defensive play. Forechecking, tried to keep the puck in, and almost did it. 8.9 left to go, and the East trying to get something on net. Shot goes over the net. Good clear out. Pasta wraps it around the boards, and that'll be it. The West will take this one 2-1, and now this series is tied up at 1 game apiece. Goals by Squid and Pasta. The last 2 goals of this game for the West. It was Dupe with that early goal in the first period, giving the East a 1-0 lead. But the West coming back. 2 close games here. An overtime victory for the East. 3-2 in game 1. Now a 2-1 win by the West. And the fact that they're 2 one-goal games, certainly not a shock here.
No, you would kind of expect them to be close, considering the level of play and the type of players that are on each team here. So, yeah, kind of no surprise there.
And the good news here, Vibes, is that we only have 1 more game to go.
Yeah, that is the good news. Yes. No, but it is fun too. It's fun to watch these games, and it's great to see the type of players that are in these games, and to see them all at one on one team for a couple games here is really a treat.
So this will be the final game coming up, the final All-Star game in this 3-game set. We're glad to be able to bring it to you tonight. Playoffs are coming up next week. We're going to have a lot of fun reporting on that. Vimes, are you going to air on Tuesday with your next show?
Yeah, I will be following through, and I will be doing them at least for the duration of the playoffs every Tuesday and Thursday, and we're going to do them at 2:30 p.m. because that's when the Graves can get on to do it with me. And I don't want to do it by myself. I'd like to have someone with me, so DeGraves offered, so I'll be trying to accommodate him so that he could join me for those shows. But it'll be every Tuesday and Thursday at 2:30 p.m.
Tune in for that. We'll have links up on the main page as we normally do. You'll have the YouTube player up there. If that doesn't actually start playing for you, it'll let you jump to YouTube. So tune in, listen to it. I caught about half the show at least live the other day while I was at work. So it's kind of I know a lot of you guys are usually playing around 2, 3 o'clock, so I would absolutely, if you're going to jump on the PS4, get in there and listen to Vibes and watch that show. And it's a lot of fun. You take a lot of questions. You're connecting with the audience and getting their thoughts and ideas, which I think is a lot of fun. It really is what makes the show more fun than most others. So definitely people get involved and get your opinion out there.
Yeah, and if you're interested in being a guest on the show, you could message me directly on the website, or you can even I set up an email for the show that you could email the show directly. Also working on, hopefully either this week coming up or the next week, trying to get a live call function set up so that you guys can just call into the show directly and share our thoughts with you, share your thoughts with us, or if you got something to say to me, you want to argue with me or whatever, then so be it. But I'm trying to open the phone lines up here shortly.
Get underway here in the third game of a 3-game all-star set. Again, you've got the East in the white as we are looking from the goalie cam right behind Tyler Lokey. The West in the red. Good save off a point shot. Again, West moving the puck pretty well. Pasta doing his little dangling behind the net, trying to find an opening. He always winds up finding something, gets a shot on net, but Tyler tracking him nicely. Now, good steal, good play up on the point. Duke knocks the defender off the puck. Now Daylight trying to get up front. Duke back up to the point. Nice shot, but a good save as Trash Clan was moving to his right, but still able to get a glove on it. Face off one, loose puck in front of the net. Trash will hold on, get another draw going. Another shot directly on net. They're just getting out there and taking shots left and right. More shots in front. Trash Clown getting a bit of a workout now as the East gets a couple of multiple opportunities. West able to keep it in, but now starting back the other way, the East. Shot on Tyler is a save. Goes into the corner, now taken back out. Still a lot of the same defensive play we've been seeing all game here, Vibes.
Yeah, it's been much tighter than you would have thought.
Back the other way again. Daylight gets it knocked off his stick, and Verde's coming back now. He flips it in. Tyler controls, tosses it out of net. Nice pass to Dupe. Daylight gets it back, but now the West comes out. Here's a partial breakaway. Pasta, smart enough to pull up, gets off a pass, but a good save by Tyler. Now a deflection in front, and now tough goal to give up for Tyler. He was moving in the right direction, but a tip on that one by Squid puts the West in front. Squid with his second goal during this all-star run. Trip on the play, and a penalty was going to be coming up, but...
And there's the East.
As the trip was happening, the pass just got off. And a nice shot in front by Dupe. And Daylight, who was the one who got tripped on that play, still was able to get the puck off just in time. Puck dangerously slides through the crease. And the East will come back. Biggie controls, gets it out. For days. Now controls, gets it out front. Good opportunity. Nice pass out front for Squid, but the shot just went wide. Now the West again. Good defensive play forwards. Coming back, helping out and knocking the puck around. Good overall team defense, actually by both clubs in this one.
Yeah, it's been a good defensive game, which is it's funny because you'd figure an offensive game would happen in an all-star game. So.
Puck intercept. Phillies looking to find somebody to get it out to. He gets knocked down. But the East in the final 10 seconds had control, now lost it. Now good pass there by Squid. He had a couple of players open, but again, Tyler, good positioning, was right there to make the stop. And after one, we're tied at 1 in game 3 here. A little more offense, I guess, vibes. A couple more shots on goal than we saw in the first couple of games.
Yeah, a little bit. They've had some really good opportunities here.
As the regular season's over now, we're going to be getting to talking about some of the players and who might be up for awards. The awards committee is going to start looking into stats a little bit more now, and so some of that's going to be coming up in the next several weeks, month or so. We've got month and a half, actually more like 2 months before the next season starts, so there's going to be some time to make that assessment and pick the MVP, defensive players, goaltender, all that stuff. That's coming up. Working on that as we speak. Good save there by Tyler. A lot of good candidates, I think, this season, and again, just goes to speak to the depth of talent in the AHL this season. We thought it was good last season, and there are just so many solid players now putting up decent numbers. It's going to be an interesting job for the committee to figure it out. It'll be a new group of people this season. But, again, going to try and look at a lot of the stats. But like I said the other day, one of my nominations for management of the year would be the Manitoba Moose.
We'll see how many people agree with that.
Another good save by Tyler. Go ahead.
It's crazy to think, Sibs, that it feels like it wasn't that long ago that we were doing the awards for season 4, and here we are doing them for season 5 already. It goes really quick,
Another good save. Good play by Tyler. Puck is knocked out, and Trash Clown will play it. Good pass in front, and almost knocked in by Hazy Eyes. He just couldn't get a stick on it when he had the open net. Power play just about over for the West now as the teams are even. Good try there by Squibb, but not able to get a good clean shot in front. Now Kepler on the left side, moving in, gets a good pass off and a decent shot by Hazy, blocked away. Now some more good defense on the eastern side as an offside is called. Puck thrown in off the stick of Defiance, and he gets it back and moves it out. A lot of bunching of players. Shot going over the net. Looked like he might have had Tyler beaten on the glove side, but couldn't keep it under the post, under the crossbar. Nice save, nice blocker save by Tyler. Unfortunately, Tyler may very well be at peak playoff play right now. Unfortunately, he's got nothing to play for.
It's a shame to see a guy like that not in it.
How many of you remember that first series for Manitoba last season? There's a trip on that one called on the East. But Tyler for the Manitoba Moose, gave a big scare to the Wild, and was a big part of why the Moose had a decent shot to try and make an upset. Didn't work out, but he really made it interesting in that series.
Yeah, he definitely took them right to the brink there that he could. I think, what did that series go, 6? Forget.
Believe so, yeah.
Yeah, like I was saying, man, Tyler, he's got to be up there when talking about the best goalies that we've seen in this league.
Pass was blocked there, but Tyler was ready for the low shot. He was in position, stacking the pass to the left again. That's what always impresses me about a good goaltender. I forget about half of the options I have when I'm in net. Quite honestly, it's so much more you can do, and I honestly forget about most of it. Tyler has a knack of being able to still know that he's got other options. That's I think what makes him dangerous.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not just about knowing that you have those options. It's knowing when to use them, and that's what really separates, the absolute best from, just the good ones.
Yeah, I mean, people can say what they want to about goaltending, but, for 17, at the very least, they made the guys who are lazy, the guys who are the middle sitters, they forced them to have to play the game and play it right. Or at least more like a goaltender would. And the guys who adjusted like Tyler, Tyler was a pretty good goaltender before 17, but I think he got so much better because of it.
Yeah, I noticed that the game rewards you a lot more now for playing the proper angle, and I think that's a big thing towards, making goalies feel like you're actually a goalie. Now you play the angle and you get rewarded for it.
Not only that, but they really penalize you if you don't play that angle, if you don't play that misdirection shot to your blocker side, it's over your blocker and in. Now it might be, I think it's a little too unforgiving, but they do make you very conscious of what your positioning is because of that.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Second period coming to an end, and we still remain deadlocked at 1 with no scoring here in the second period. Again, shots on goal, 9-9 the West with more time on attack. East beating it up on faceoffs as Daylight has done a pretty good job there taking faceoffs. We got a third period coming up. As much as we enjoy watching an all-star game, Vibes and I are hoping for a game winner. And they'll start the third period as the East still has a power play here. Having trouble getting that puck in the zone. Now a penalty being called on the East, and good job by the West to kill time and frustrate the offensive attack for the Eastern All-Stars, and now it's going to be 4-4 for 10 seconds before the West gets a power play. And they're smart enough to keep this puck in the zone while they get their extra man back. Good play by Philly, defensive play, but now he loses it. Puck is in front, in the crease, loose, but good play by Daylight to help bound in the slot and clear it out. West trying to get back in the zone, but Daylight loses it now. And Dupe has it with 30 seconds left to go in the power play. Daylight trying to find some daylight, but isn't able to. Good hit as Casey comes out of the box and puts a hit. And now the puck controlled by the West. Looking for some opening in the front. Biggie. Squid. Shot on net. Good block in front. Daylight again. He's been playing some damn good defense in the slot as a centerman. Slap pass goes behind the net. Almost cleared out. Now controlled by Squid. Back to the point. Squid again. Pasta. Again. Daylight right there to knock it off his stick. Daylight scores the game winner. I'm voting him MVP of this one. Actually been
I was actually playing a little threes there while we were watching the game.
Don't worry, I'll be on 18 shortly.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to have enough energy after this, honestly. I might just go to bed.
Halfway through the third period, we're still tied at 1. Couple of good opportunities, but still a lot of good defense. Nice hit by Dupe, knocking Liggy off the puck there.
Come on, boys, if you're listening, do something exciting. Let's go.
That's going to be a power play, not a penalty shot, but good chance there, thwarted with a penalty as Daylight gets called for that. He had to do something to try and slow Pasta down, knocked him off the puck. I didn't see an awful lot there that was an issue.
No, it wasn't much.
Good face-off win, good pass, but again, not able to get past Tyler and fool him with anything there. Kepler clears it out. See, if you're watching NHL, you got to get it back to the point at that point. Good shot, nice save by Tyler. Another good save in front. Anticipation done well by Tyler Loki, and he makes a nice save there. Phillies dumps it out. West power play down to 15 as the East is holding on to it. Dupe tries to get it back to the point, knocks it out, but in a way it kills the penalty, so not a bad move as the East will try and work it up. Dupe again. Kepler trying to find Hazy on the other side of the ice, but can't now. Good hit there. And a goal.
There it is.
Caught Tyler leaning a little bit to the left. And Ferdays sat on the backhander, moved a little bit, got Tyler to slide to the left a little bit. And that gives the West the lead here as we hit the 4-minute mark.
I'm going to change my pick. I'm picking Cleveland after that.
The East trying to make something happen here. Pass in front, another good save.
Oh.
For days and Pasta and Squid look like they've been playing for a while. As we watch these games go on, Vibes, we're starting to see the chemistry happen between these guys.
Yeah, yeah.
For days has a couple of goals and an assist in this matchup today. He might be a candidate. By the way, this is all going to be unofficial if we name an All-Star Game MVP, because there's nothing official for that.
Final minute.
Like they may have been trying to pull Tyler, but they smartly put him back in. I just don't see pulling a goaltender at this point. His teams are too good. Pasta just moving the puck around, gets knocked off it. And now Dupe trying to get past Squid, but he can't. 25 left to go in this third period. Looked like they were looking to pull him. Now he's back in net. Tyler now back the other way is Hazy. And now as the seconds wind down, there'll be another penalty. Tyler could not get to the bench. It was already a foregone conclusion that the puck was coming back the other way. And we're going to get a fight. Not a surprise here. I think we're going to get a few fights as this All-Star game.
Fighting an All-Star game.
Yeah, and there goes Tyler. Tyler and Trash Clown. We're going to get to see a goalie fight in an All-Star game. This should be fun. None of this surprises me, by the way.
Trash gives it to Tyler.
Trash Clown is not going to give up on anything. He's going to win everything if he can tonight, including a fight.
Tyler gets his ass kicked. Might be one of the best goalies, but definitely not one of the best fighters.
And so the West takes this one by a score of 2-1. And a couple of really good games that we've got a chance to watch here tonight. A lot of fun, too. A chance to enjoy some all-star action. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it. We had a lot of fun at least bringing these games to you. Again, the East took the lead in this series with the first game victory, 3-2 overtime win, but then the West came back to win game 2. 2-1, and then win this one in regulation 2-1. And the West have won this 3-game series. Probably who we would have picked to begin with.
Most likely, yeah.
Squid and Furdays, as you see with the two goaltenders. With the two goals. It's getting late, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah.
But we want to thank Tyler Loki for providing the stream. And again, just a lot of fun bringing this one to you. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun bringing it to you. Vibes, any final thoughts before we pass out? And I can't stop the... we don't get a chance to stop the damn stream.
I'm just, I'm happy I didn't start snoring on air because I am absolutely beat. And it was a lot of fun, except for maybe the last 10 minutes where I've just been struggling to keep my eyes open. But thanks for listening. And, we'll catch you soon.
Once again, the West takes this series from the East 2-1. That's the AHLPSN All-Star Best-of-3 game. For Vibes, thanks for joining me tonight, Vibes, and I am TSibs. I'm dead tired. We're both dead tired. We're gonna take off now. You guys have a good night. We'll talk to you during the week, probably on Wednesday night, with a few live playoff games. Until then, so long, everyone.